Hey guys! Today's video is going to be all about how I style my hair after wash day, and the style that I'm going to be demonstrating is a braid out. In my wash day video, I ended off with these two braids to stretch my hair overnight, so once they dried, I released them from the two braids for styling. Once again, I used the As I Am Twist Defining Cream, as well as the Eco Styler Jamaican Black Castor Oil Gel. I'm starting from this point because in the previous footage there was a really annoying spot of product in my hair that was just bothering me. So here I'm just detangling a little bit more and then adding some product to my hair, which is the As I Am Twist Cream and the Eco Styler Gel. Start off like you're doing a normal twist with the small section near the scalp, and then you separate the hair into two and start like you're twisting. I know I said this is a braid out, but I start with a twist on the scalp. But what's different about this, I learned this method from Natural 85. You are twisting, but each new section of hair you pull up will go as like a separate part of the twist. It makes more sense looking at it than me explaining it, but that's the best way I can explain it. So as I go along, I'm not twisting all the way down on the scalp. I'm lifting at each new section of hair that I'm adding and twisting so that each part has its individual piece. In here I ran into an annoying tangle. So instead of ripping through it, I stopped to detangle it properly. And here is where the braid is about to begin. I'm twisting the last section here of the twist, and then I catch the remaining part of the hair for a third part, so it turns into a braid. And then I start braiding from the last part of the scalp and then just turn it into an individual braid all the way down. So when I get to the very end of the braid, I turn it into a twist. So I just join two sections of the braid and make it a twist. Now this is the last step of this. I start from a little bit above the end of the braid and make a loop, leaving a bit of the end of the braid out, and just make like a circle there. And the end of the braid I pull not right at the bottom but above the bottom into that circle, and it forms a knot, but it's not really a knot because the end of my hair is left out. This is a really quick and easy alternative to using flexi rods at the ends of your hair. And when I'm done braiding, on each side of my head I have 4 braids. And I'll just take those braids and pin them to the other side of my head for some stretch. Then of course I cover it all up with a satin scarf, tying it in the back in one knot. And then I take the end pieces and tie them in the front. This way the satin scarf doesn't come off of my head when I'm sleeping. And if you want to be extra, you can add a satin bonnet on top of that. And as you can see, mine is big, like extra big for no reason. I don't wear this every night, but I decided to show you guys how extra my bonnet is. And then once I put that on, I was ready to go to bed. I did not have time the next day to show you the takedown, but this is how it ended up looking. And this footage was after like a whole night of wearing it out. I think it came out pretty good. This is the next day. I decided to wear my hair in the bun instead of wearing it out, but I wanted a little bit more stretch and a little bit more definition, so I'm just going to redo my braid out here, but in an easier way, and you'll see. So here I'm just releasing the bun, shaking it out, and then I sectioned my hair into 2 sections and then into 2 smaller sections on each side of my head. Once again, using the As I Am Twist Defining Cream just a little bit for a little moisture, as well as a little bit of water in my hands. I add that to my hair and work it through. And then here I'm just doing a regular braid. I'm not starting from the scalp because my hair is already stretched out from doing that the night before. So I'm just doing a single braid here. Still ending off the braid with a twist, and then I'm going to do a cocoon curl at the end once again. I'm just showing you another time how to do it, and this part is going to go really fast because it's pretty standard. And I end up with 4 braids on each side of my head. I pin the braids up and put my satin scarf on, and then I slept with them overnight. The next morning I released my braids from the satin scarf and then poured some jojoba oil into my hands so that I could reduce some frizz while separating the curls. I start by pulling the end of the cocoon curl to release it, and then I just undo the twist and then undo the braid. After I've undone all the braids, I begin to separate the curls. The best way to do this without getting too much frizz is to look and see where the curl is already separating, and then you just pull it apart gently. And you always start from the top of the curl so that you don't get frizz. If you're not too concerned about having super defined curls, this is a great way to get more volume. my curls are pretty separated here, but that part in the middle is a no. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my pick and I'm going to hide all the parts in my hair. Picking my hair out like this also gives me even more volume. As you can see, the cocoon curls at the ends of the braids really make a difference, and it gives the curls a natural look. This is how my hair looked the next day. I was able to preserve it overnight, and I'm just going to show you really quickly how I did that. So I gather my hair, all of my hair at the back of my neck, and using a scrunchie, I just tie it into a loose bun. I follow that with my satin scarf. And then I'm all ready for bed again. The next morning, I just release the satin scarf, release the bun, and fluff. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this braid out tutorial, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.